know what it is? Eagles Way of Boxing. You better know about it. Check it out. Meno chao, de guaye se so kwaya ya te wa, aso ya na yo hoa, we ya esa wakaya, hey ho hey. Oh yeah, Eagles Web boxing up in the building. This the internet tried to keep me out. I had to switch up my, I had to switch my I had to go to my Ethernet. I had to go to my hard line because my Wi-Fi was trying to play me. It tried to play me. Salute to Sir Flame out there. Sir Flame, it tried to play me right now. It tried to take the ego out. Like, now, Eagle, you can't be doing no streaming today. I'm doing streaming, baby. Stop trying to take me from doing what we do. Up in here, what we do best. Salute to all y'all that's in there, even though y'all not saying that, but my brother Sir Flame is always saying something. Y'all drop down into the Eagles Web, man, and holler at Sir Flame, man. Don't be nervous today, man. I see all y'all out there, man. Tell them to drop down, Sir Flame. But anyway, Sir Flame says salute to Eagles Web. He said salute to the chat. And as always, he said, jab that like button. He said, on your neck. He said, don't get a neck in Eagles Web boxing. That's right. He got the fire up good with the 100. Always got the glove up. Don't forget about them things, baby. Them things is just like my two things that I got. Those my running partners. I run with my partner. I got Sticky. And I got Slick Stick. I got Sticky and Slick Stick. Those are my two running partners that they run with me all the time. I got to check out Slick Stick. Got to throw a little bit of polish on him. Got to polish his boots up. Because he just ain't right now. Yep. But anyway, oh yeah, Lola D's here though. She says something. She got the hearts up good. I'm nice and clean shaved today. Can you see me good? No, you can't see. Oh no, this camera, to me, this camera does not, it doesn't do me justice. I'm a lot uglier than the camera shows. I'm just kidding. Actually, I don't know. People say I'll never change. You'll never change. Like they want me to change. I'm like, why do you want me to change so badly? Why do you want? I say, if you look at me on my show, on some of my forums, I say, I don't look the same. I wake up, I look a mess when I wake up, I think. I don't know. For me, I'm just used to like looking at me. Well, he still. I had one of my cousins got mad one time. Oh, he ran the house, told their mama, he still looked the same. I'm like, well, how are you supposed to look? I don't know how people are supposed to look. You're supposed to look like you. You're you, ain't you? Let me read what y'all got to be said. Yeah, Lala D says, Sir Flame, she got the fire good, got all kinds of hearts. She don't even know how many hearts to put together. Lala D says, Cynthia. She said, how long you on here? I'm only going to be on for a little bit. And yes, Derek Bailey hold me hostage. He told me, he left me a message though. He told me I was slacking. It's like, damn, brother, sometimes I get caught at work. I just got a message. You want me to read it to you? I got one of these messages right now. It says, if you're getting this message. So you guys fill in the rest of that. If you work, let's say for instance you work off of, I don't know if you ever worked off a contract, but you work off of certain contracts. And they say the reason you're getting this email response Uh, Now put the blanks in. So what happens is that sometimes they say, well, because we got some more assignments for you that you didn't have in your schedule. So that's what they hit me with. They hit me with stuff like that all the time. Or I was doing like I did like a little gig the other day, so that's why I was out. Sorry, I did like this little gig, and I thought it was supposed to be short, but if you could see that I sent the when I did the little short video, you could see I was still driving. I'm like, okay, so that it was supposed to be short, but yeah, you guys got me out here, and our weather hasn't been the greatest, man. We're not a this is not a rain state where I'm at. I can look all around me and see snow in the mountains, in the hills. And it's just raining. It's constantly raining. It just keeps raining. I'm like, wait a minute. It haven't rained that much since I even lived here. It's never rained that much. Like in all the years I've lived here, it's like, are you serious? You guys remember the rain started back in November, October. It's been raining since. It's been raining since October, November. And where are we? We're into March. We're into like when it's supposed to be spring. It's supposed to be 80, 90 now. No. I seen this lady earlier today. She was waiting on somebody outside. I said, no wait. I said, don't wait out in the cold for nobody. Because she's so used to people that live here are so used to it being warm to where in their mind they're thinking it's warm. I said, no, lady, go. You ain't even got no coat on or nothing. You know, go put a coat on or something. Don't wait for somebody out in the cold. She said, it is cold. I said, yes. I said, the sun's out a little bit. I said, but it's cold out here. I said, don't be waiting out in the cold for nobody. And that goes for anybody. Don't wait out in the cold for people. You're not a little kid no more. Don't mean your parents like, you better be outside. It's not none of that shit. If you're grown, hey, you say, just text me when you get there or when, like, you're at the last light or you're turning the corner. Just call or something. Don't have me waiting out in the cold like that. And then you 15, oh, my bad, I'm 15 minutes late. You shivering. You know all I had was this little light jacket. You see? Just be a humanitarian to people. Just be it's hard. Just be a champion to people. I mean, if you got to live this in the way that we live if we may not break out of this in my lifetime, but if we ever break out of it, then that's when we'll be great, though. Lala D, she said, gotta work, can't type. Okay, well, go on. Take yourself home to work then. Go on to do just go on to do your work. You know, everybody know you gotta work. I was just trying to explain my little work situation because everybody, you know, Derek Beatty be the first one. You know how Derek is the first one to jump on ego all the time. He loved that shit, though, Derek. That's my brother, though, Derek. I love everybody, man. It don't matter. Derek just like to jump on ego. What Eagle do? What he doing now? He out. What he need to be doing. Derek, that's how Derek he on that check. He on that check for me. You know what I mean? He like, yeah. What Eagle need to be doing? He need to be trying to get his show done. That's what he need to be doing. I don't know what he doing. Probably chasing after some girls or something, whatever. Yeah. It's not like that. It's not like that, brother. It is not like that at all. Sir Flame, you still out there? So this is what I felt. I gotta find out if Sir Flame is out there still. If Sir Flame out there still, then I gotta holler at him. Look at Jay to the Brown up in here. Y'all remember Jay Brown? Yeah, Jay Brown up in here. Yeah, chicken. He thought I was gonna. What you thought I was gonna have the chicken up? I'll get the chicken up there on the screen. But ain't nobody scared of nobody, man. Y'all stop. You fighters stop that shit. But anyway, let me see what y'all got. Sir Flame said, okay. Sir Flame is salute at the Queen. Yep. Okay, Sir Flame said first week on my new job, this training for the birds. Okay. Yeah. They got my head hurting. Yeah. Anytime you got to train new. That's what it is till you settle in. Once you get settled in, you good though. But he said salute to the Queen. Also Lala D. It says Sir Flame. I know how that is. Yep. Sir Flame. Salute at Derek Bailey. Lala D. Asante and chat. Did you guys listen or watch the Take versus Ryan Pressure in NYC? Nah. Nobody care about. Nobody care nothing about. I don't care about what Ryan has to say. I just don't want to hear it no more. Rodden heard Ryan say too much stuff, so it's like he's already annoying to me. So I don't need to see no. I just want to see the post press conference after the fight. Then I'll listen to him. I'll listen to Ryan afterwards. I don't want to listen to nothing he got to say before the fight. because you can't sell me shit about him. I don't care. Even if he beat Tank, you can't sell me nothing about him. But I can't even. I don't even use the word if. He's gonna get that ass waxed. Yep. Okay, but Sir Flame said, yeah, I watched the highlights to Tank versus Garcia. Yep. Lala D said something. Maybe it's um, she said her people still don't believe it's real. Is you know what the thing is if they're doing press conferences, I still like I said, I always look for posters and whatever. But if they gonna throw down, then that's what they gonna do. They hopefully they gonna get it in. Hey, we want to see them get it in. Tell them Jay Brown. Jay Brown said salute to Eagles Web, of course. Salute to my brother as always. Yep. But Derek Bay said right, Lala D. Yep. Derek Bay said, yeah, I seen you slacking. He said driving to Vegas, saying it was work. Yeah, see Derek, he always started. They go Derek. There ain't nobody listening to you, Derek. By all means necessary, let Derek get it done. Yeah, Derek go. You know Derek gonna jump on me anyway, y'all. That's what he do. I appreciate the cash app, Derek. Hey, it wasn't enough to keep the premium up. I'm trying to do premium. I got enough for 3 months now. You help me out with that. I got enough for 3 months. Maybe I'll spend it. Maybe I'll do the 3 months with the premium. Because I couldn't even get the show started today, man. They was on some bullshit. I'm like, really? I can't get my show started? So I had to go to the hard line. So I put the hard line in, and it finally came back on. It told me to go live without no title or nothing. I'm like, wait a minute. I said, that's not how. I don't go live like that. And so I went and checked online. I said, I wasn't live. There wasn't nothing happening. They fully, you know what. But there go Derek anyway. Derek, like, yeah, Eagle Slack. And Surf Lady said, he said, holla away. Yeah, Jay Brown is at Lala D and Derek Beatty. Salute. Derek Beatty said, salute to Jay Brown. Yeah, Lala D. She said, oh, wow, Jay Brown. She said, all rise. Yeah, you better all rise for Jay to the Brown. Sir Flame says salute at Jay Brown. Lala D, Asante, you read that all wrong as usual. I said harp. No, you didn't say harp. Go back. Listen what you wrote. Look what you wrote. Look what you wrote. I didn't read it. I read it. This is, you know I'm going to read what y'all. Sometimes my brain will correct what y'all write, and then sometimes it will not correct what y'all write. I'll still read it the way that you wrote. Yeah. Maybe it's harp. People still don't believe it's real. Okay, yeah. Okay, I wrote hirp. But I kind of know what harp is, though. Yeah. But I don't know what it does, though. I remember Jesse Ventura, we did a little thing on it, but that whole all these things that they have, all these monstrous things that they have are just not good. You guys have to realize who you live with. Once you realize who you live with, then everything starts coming together. And Lala D, I apologize now. I got you. Okay, so yeah. So it might be hard. I thought you couldn't write. How you know I wasn't throwing a test out there to see if you was going to write again? Just to make sure that you correct me. You had to get Eagle straight. Everyone was supposed to send their part. Yeah, you right, Derek. Everybody was supposed to send their part. Yeah, Derek sent his part. Nobody hit me with the Cash App. But Derek sent his part. That's all right, Derek. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit the premium back up for like a couple of months. I got enough saved up in my in my Cash App so I can go ahead and get the premium back. Yeah, Derek said, yeah, I'm trying to help Eagle out with the premium. Y'all ain't did your part. Y'all making Eagle pay for everything. I'm the only one I pay for my show, you know. I'm the producer and everything. I don't throw no credits at the end of the show. Maybe I should do that. I'm going to do my credits. do all my credits because I do the camera. I do everything. I do the sound. I do the camera. I do the music. I do everything. Yeah, maybe I should have my closer, my closing credits. Yeah, but like, see how Lala D jump on me? First is Derek, then it's Lala D. Derek Bay said everyone was supposed, yeah, said their part. And then Jay Brown said, yeah, I saw that pressure. He said Ryan sound mature at least. Ryan was on time, a professional, but Tank showed up 2 hours late. Pressure was real bland. Yeah, of course it's gonna be bland. Ryan said, I can't really listen to Ryan no more. He said all the stuff that he needed to say for me to know he's gonna get his ass whooped. All the stuff he's saying, all the key stuff, no matter how mature he sound, the key stuff that he's saying is letting me know that he's going to get that ass whooped. Tank is going to beat that boy up. The speed, just because of speed and tallness, that's not going. He's gonna be fighting for. See, this is we'll talk about it. But my thing with Tank versus Ryan is I'm too worried about Ryan taking the shot. So let's put this up real quick. This is the question to y'all. So you guys will be able to answer this. So if you have a defensive fighter, like he's really defensive, just like hell, he's really defensive, and he's in a fight with a banger, where he gets hurt, what happens to him? Far as his defense, it stays the same, and it gets even tighter, right? So let's say, for instance, you got somebody that thinks they got cracked, they got a punch, right? Yeah, but they might be on the edge of being, of chinny. So what happens if they get chin checked? Do they go into defensive mode, or they go into offensive mode? A lot of times, see, Ryan has already showed me that he's probably going to go into offensive mode. If you're not a fighter that can go into offensive mode and switch it up, and you can hold and got a good defense, if you're not balanced and you make all the mistakes that he makes, because he's at one point in the fight, he is going to put his chin up and he is going to get clipped with a left hook. You watch and see. And then you can come back, Eagle, how'd you know? He's going to get clipped with a left hook with his chin up in the air. That's all right. All right. It's going to be a right hook or a left hook. He's going to get caught. But when he gets caught, it's going to be one of the hardest punches he's ever got caught with. So we got to see, what does he do to balance that out? What do I do? Do I go back into offensive mode? Do I just go crazy and just start charging forward? Because Tank is like Tyson, like Mike Tyson. You'll see him getting hit. You think he's getting hit. He's slipping a lot of stuff. But what he's doing as he's ducking is he's just waiting, calculating. He's like, oh shit, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, da 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 da, boom, and then he's releasing. And I kind of see that's what's gonna happen to Jay Brown. But Jay Brown said, as Sir Flame, salute, brother. Sir Flame, where you at, brother? Get back in here. Jay Brown, you brought a lot of people with you, but they not saying that, man. I seen a lot of people come in here, but didn't, and went back down. They want me to talk chicken talk or whatever. A lot of they said True Take was mad late. He got to do better. Then he sort of implied to Ryan that it's Ryan's place to be on time. I caught that. That's why Ryan kept asking him, "What does that mean?" Yeah, he know what it means. Everybody, we can read through stuff like that. You know what it means. Your job to be on time. You need this. You want to get you getting his ass whooped. You need to be here. Because in other words, you're the face of media. That's what he's telling him. You're the face of media. I ain't the face of media. I don't need to be on media, selling myself. Basically, he's telling me he's a paper champion. That's what he's trying to tell him. That's the way I read through it. Yeah, y'all can read through it differently, but that's the way I'm reading through it. So, you're more or less a paper champion. So, that part is what it is. But we're going to see how that all plays out. I know Lala D, and I don't know if Sir Flame, because Sir Flame's training. I just want to see. Sir Flame, say what's up. If you can still write. If you can't, don't worry about it. I'll holler at you a little bit later about it. I don't even know if I got your number, but I'll try to find out. I'll holler at you later about it. This is something I'm gonna share with everybody anyway. You guys already know. You guys know me. I'm just like, I let the cat out the bag. I share information. I share too much information sometimes, but hey, it is what it is. It's fun. I mean, you got to make every day. Every day you should. At one point during the day you should smile, no matter how disastrous stuff is. At one point during the day, at least you got to smile. You got to smile at least. If you can frown up all the time, you got to at least smile like once a day at least, and make it last. Don't be creepy and shit, but make your smile last and stuff like that. Lala D probably won't like this, but and I did reply to you already, dear, that you was talking about that how Mike Sayo, that how he's not all that or whatever. I would like to have a fighter like him in my stable. Because to me, he's still a warrior. But the thing about Mike Sayo is that he does not stay on top of people the right way. Like he'll throw a good flurry and good combinations and stuff, just like Pacquiao would. But then he'll end up letting the person reciprocate. So he has to learn how to angle his way out after he throws his combinations and get out or just get back out the way. And then when you come charging in, either he's slipping or ducking or he's countering you. Now you got an 8-piece, which he did deliver about an 8-piece on Figueroa. I had to fight more or less even, like a draw with even the point deduction. I'm sorry. I looked over it a few times, and I still had it like at best a draw. I think the referee stole the fight. To be honest, you guys might disagree with me. You might think the Figueroa won. You gotta look at the work that he was doing. And he acted like he wasn't getting hurt or nothing. He got hurt a few times during that fight. I was watching the way he was walking. He got hurt a few times during that fight. But to pretend like you wasn't hurt and all that, and your corner's telling you to step it up and, telling you what, if they didn't sound like they didn't sound like, don't worry about it, just go out there and box. We way ahead on the cards. None of them sounded like that. See, so when you try to sell stuff as fighters, you fighters got to stop trying to sell us shit when we're listening to your corner. They allow us to listen to your corner now, and we're watching. So you can't just tell us like it was all a piece of cake. Oh yeah, I was beating them up. I was dominating. Huh? You was dominating. Then if you was dominating means you done knock somebody down 3 or 4 times. That's not dominating. You're using the terms wrong. Because the terms that they use, everybody knows the terms. If somebody is winning in a fight comfortably, what do they say? They say, I outboxed them. Dominating. Dominating is something else. If you were wrestling somebody and you dominated them, that means you can pin them at will. You just put them on their back. That's dominating. Those scorecards for me was atrocious. I'm sorry. You guys get mad at Eagle. Oh, Eagle, you don't know shit. But for me, they was atrocious. I'm sorry. Those were some bad. Even Farhood was even better. He was even closer. Because the round that they probably gave a 10-8 and Farhood gave a 9-9. I gave a 9-9. Because Mike Sawyer did a lot better that round. I think it was like, the 7th or something like that where they took the point. He came back and won the damn round. But I'm not going to fight with everybody, because we all got our opinions and stuff like that. Yep. Jay Brown said in the face-off, he said, Tank looked at Ryan, told him, you ain't got that real. He said, you ain't got that was real telling yet. Well, he telling me you ain't got that. Tank is not, Ryan might not act like he's not scared, and he might not be like scared, but he know he's going to get hit. My problem with Ryan is that you went down from somebody that, shouldn't have put you down. Tank is going to put your ass down because he's supposed to. He's not going to start off slow like he's been like falling behind and shit like that because he knows you coming to try to take something. He's going to make, the thing about it is I can see Tank is going to make you fight. I see Surflame couldn't talk, so he's still there. But damn, are you kidding me? I just didn't like that, Plot D. See, I feel you, Cynthia. I'm just hard to, on Mike Sayo. Yeah, I know you hard on him. I know there's not going to be a replacement for Pacquiao, but Pacquiao wasn't my favorite Filipino fighter. Huh? Donaire was my favorite Filipino fighter. Until he just felt the last fight, something happened, but he was just right at the place that he needed to be, the maturity and being relaxed, but he just tried to do too much. He tried to do too much on that last fight. He just came out trying to do more than he needed to. Yeah, Jay Brown again. He said Mark needs a new trainer because he has a lot of heart and some tools that you can work with. Yeah, you can see. I look at different things, and people don't look at the same thing, man. It's just like if we go back, if you look at like Lamont Peterson, Lamar Peterson was a good fighter, but he was just a B fighter. At the most a B plus, but he was just a B fighter. And the reason is because he didn't have that the it factor to, change up the game and all that. He just always, same speed, same style, same, you know what I mean? And some of these fighters, they're at his same level, but they fool you guys. I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not mad at you and I'm not trying to fight with you, but this is how they fool you. They fool you because that they show like different what they call wrinkles now. They'll show a different wrinkle. He could turn up like that. But no, he can't turn up like that all the time. With certain people, you can't. I'm looking for Tank to do something to Ryan to make Ryan's decision making horrible. And that's what happens when you fight a puncher. A puncher makes your decision making horrible. If you ever noticed, a lot of times when you watch these real hard fights, when you got these punchers in there, and a guy's not really a puncher, what do they start doing? They start trading. No, don't trade with them. Every once in a while that can work out. But when you start trading with a puncher, usually your nearest bedtime is probably pretty close. It's coming pretty soon. And you end up on that damn canvas like sleeping like, oh, what was it doing? Man. I tell you, it paid off, and I believe you guys probably know this one. Now it paid off. If you remember Simon Brown, right? Was it Simon Brown, right? It was Simon Brown. I believe that's so. I think it was Simon Brown versus Pettigrew, right? Is that the fight, Derek? Was it Simon Brown versus Pettigrew? And Pettigrew, they both came out. They just came out like they both was punchers. Simon Brown got that first knockdown, remember? Knocked Pettigrew down. And then Pettigrew, knocked him down. And then I think Pettigrew already got knocked down again. But then when he finally clipped Simon Brown was on the ground throwing punches. He was seizuring out, but he was throwing punches on the ground. Remember he was doing this on the ground, y'all? He was like he's still fighting. You're a warrior when you're on the ground, brother. You're a warrior when you're on the ground and you still throwing punches. You really wish a motherfucker would. I wish a motherfucker would. I'm going to be punching him while I'm knocked out on the ground. Say, you could knock me out, but I'm still going to be fighting. You're a bad boy if you still fighting if you're on the ground. Yeah. You said, so Derek, Jay Brown said, the Figueroa won the fight. He was the ring general. He wore down Mark by half of the fight. 116, 112 for me. Okay, that's more respectable. I can see. I mean, because we like I said, everybody who come in here, you guys always got your opinion anyway. I'm not gonna argue and fight with y'all. I'm just in my estimation. I've watched it a couple of times. I just watched the effectiveness, and I just seen something a little bit different. Okay, I just saw something a little bit different. I could go. We can go over it. I saw Figueroa using his head a lot. He was using his head a lot on Magsayo. He was using his elbows and forearms a lot. He was locking up Magsayo's hands a lot. Go back and look. You guys got to watch. I mean, Eagle. I watch. That's why I'm Eagle. I watch all of it. I was watching all the little new ones. I was watching like a lot of the little dirty shit he was doing to Magsayo. Magsayo got caught with the hold, but he was doing. See, the thing is, if I hold you, then I expect you to hold me back. See, but the thing is, Magsayo wasn't smart enough to let go on his holds. And sometimes, I'm going to tell you, Figueroa didn't let go all the time, but the ref said, when I tell him to stop, he stops. First of all, when you make that kind of a statement, you sound biased already. Because you're saying that when because what you took a point because I didn't listen to you. You didn't take a point because I was holding. You took a point because I wouldn't, because you didn't feel I was listening to you. Maybe he didn't understand him in the moment like that, Stop holding. Oh, yeah, he's letting go when I say stop holding, but you're not. So I'm going to take a point. And then, matter of fact, I'm going to take a note. Stop it. You screwed up the fight. It should have been a draw at the most. But anyway, so But you guys say he couldn't deal with the pressure. But I respect Jay Brown's score. I respect what Derek said. He couldn't deal with it. Yeah. And I respect Lala D for saying she. But Lala D likes to give everybody a hard time. She says she comes in and ether bombs me all the time. She says something, you missed my point. I don't give two damns about Pacquiao. I'm referring to Gary Russell Jr. I know that, and I already answered your question in your stream. Don't you remember? I told you. I said the same thing happened to Magsayo that happened to Gary Russell Jr. I said that. I said the same thing happened to him. And the same thing happened to Figueroa. The same thing happened to him. Well, we could say that. So let me ask you guys this question. So Figueroa versus what's the guy's name? What's the brother's name that he fought that he thought he won? Fulton. So that's why I keep messing up. So Fulton. When he fought Fulton, do you guys think that he won? Did he win against Fulton or what? Should it have been a draw, or, split draw, majority? Did he win against Fulton? We always going to have this discussion when one of our fighters lose, but guess what? In here, I still get to roast anybody, so it doesn't matter. Tank loses, gets knocked out. I still get to get on Tank. And I'm not very nice because this is what I do. I'm not the fighter. If I was the fighter, then somebody can get on me. And I don't really fight people because my cousins don't like me to fight. And y'all know, if I'm not rolling naked, then I'm rolling with Sticky. And Sticky don't like for me to fight. So, y'all figure that out yourself. She said, I missed her point. I already answered your point. Don't try to be smart with me, girl. I answered your point in your chat. I sent you, I wrote it down so you can go back and read what I wrote. Okay? I didn't miss your point. She said, I don't care about Pacquiao. I just bought Pacquiao out. I just bought that out. I wasn't trying to compare or answer you by talking about Pacquiao. I know sometimes my conversation is not as smooth as what you would like it to be. Sorry. But I was just saying that I like Tony. Jay Brown said that Fulton won the fight. It was close though. The same thing that Fulton said after the fight. He said it was close. He said, but I won. He said, you really won the fight? He was like crying. Hey, you should have knocked him out, and then you don't have to worry about it. Jay Brown also, he said Ryan need to train in Mexico City and work off the jab, start in combinations with good body shots. I just don't think that no matter what wrinkles you add for him, Jay Brown, I think it's going to come down to it's going to be mental, because boxing and stuff like that is more mental than anything. It's going to be how does my brain register to me getting clipped? When I get clipped, how does my brain register? That's the point. Yeah, Asante, I kind of see your point about the ref and why he did it. Yeah, I'm just saying, but it's like, sometimes refs like, yeah, I'm the boss up in here. But they would, I tell you, the one that was the boss, he just passed away, was Mills Lanes. And he was the boss up in there. He'll tell you. He'll say, knock that shit off. He'll tell you, knock that shit off. I'm taking the point. He'll tell you just like that. I'm taking the point. You know what I mean? Because he said, yeah, you obey my instructions. They didn't say nothing about obeying your corner's instructions, because a lot of fighters don't obey the corner's instructions. But you have to obey the ref. And I understand that. But sometimes the whole language barrier, sometimes you lose that shit in the heat of the moment. So the ref, I'm going to kind of fault the ref a little bit. Because if you can't tell me, for me, it's hard for me to swallow that you tell me, oh, he's listening to me, but you're not. You ain't. See, it makes you feel back like, you ain't nobody to me, telling me, but you are somebody, to be honest. So I can control the outcome. So even with the 116 to 112 with points, so we're looking at an even fight. Even with Jay Brown, we're looking at an even fight without the points. You see what I mean? So that's the point I was making. So if you flip that, so you got to take 2, which would be 114, and you got to give 2. You understand? So that'd be 114, 114. Even though Jake Brown, on his scorecard, it would have been 114, 114. Yeah, just saying. Loudly crying. I said, I'm not going to. She said, I'm not going to argue with y'all. Hey, how do I, Loud D, how do I argue? I don't argue with y'all. Y'all mods up in here. Y'all run the show. Y'all come in here running your mouth. You run the show. I read what you write how I want to. And Manito is probably my favorite too. Then again, maybe Pac as far as Filipinos. Yeah, look at Lala. Lala's a troublemaker. You a troublemaker, dear. I'm sorry. You act like you got to work, but you in here always in here starting some trouble. I'm tempted to show y'all the troublemaker, my troublemaker, because I got a troublemaker right now. I'm tempted to show y'all her, but I'm just like, I don't want to throw her out. I don't want to put her out there like that. Y'all gonna be, if y'all saw her, y'all gonna be like, yeah, that's a troublemaker. But I'm not gonna let it have no trouble. It showed that Fulton hadn't been in a fight with a guy who could apply pressure the way that Figueroa forced a lot of unforced errors from Fulton, like going straight back and into the ropes to get a breather. Yeah, that pressure. It's that whole pressure the whole time. You know, like I said, a lot of these fighters. Remember when I was just talking when I talked about Peterson. So a lot of these fighters, what happened is the whole thing when it comes to adjustments. It's like, oh shit, I gotta do better than that. I need to be able to adjust all the time. And so if you don't adjust all the time, that puts you a little bit on the category, or you can't be what they call. I mean, I don't like these labels as much as a lot of people say A, B, C, and D and stuff like that. Elite, great, and I don't really necessarily like that because you're still great for you. You were great for your era. You're great for your division. So we have to have more separation when we talk about fighters and fights sometimes, because and when we talk about eras and stuff, because we're not gonna have an era like we had in the 80s and stuff like that. 80s, you're not gonna have those kind of eras like the 60s. You're not gonna have those kind of eras because I think the 70s kind of skipped over the 70s a little bit. Besides, well, no, not really, because you had Ali, Frazier. Ali was still in there. It wasn't by that time wasn't the greatest, but you had Ken Norton, you had George Foreman, you had a lot of fighters, and even into the 80s and stuff like that. So we just don't have the era in boxing. They had a saying at one point where they said, and we have a new era in boxing, but we do have a new era in boxing, and I don't like this new era in boxing. This new era in boxing is, you guys think somebody's scared and all this, and yeah, nobody's scared of nobody. Everybody wants beef, even if they don't fight, they want beef. Oh, I'm not a fighter, but I still want beef. People just want beef because they know it, because and I'm gonna tell you, because the respect is not there like it used to be. Like I fear my father respect. It's not there no more. My grandfather, I fear a grandfather a grandfather would take you out faster than anybody on this earth. Do something to Paw, or granddad, or big chief, or however you want to call him, Poppy, grandpappy, or whatever they say, you know what I mean? I grew up with a lot of, most of my friends I have a multitude of friends. And a lot of my closest friends, they were all, to be honest, they were Puerto Ricans, and maybe that's why I roll with my cousin all the time. But yeah, so when you roll with certain people, you learn certain stuff. And so you roll with everybody. So I used to roll with everybody. You need everybody in your group for that interpretation, or to find out. You got to, even, I don't care if you don't even like white guys, you got to have a white guy around. Because the white guy, he going to say certain shit that you can't say. If you hanging out, man, bring his ass with you. Yeah, bring him. Because he want to fit in. He going to talk more shit than anybody in the whole group anyway. When it comes to some kind of illegal type of seizures and shit like that, stops and, 4 years, all that bullshit, like frisking and all that bullshit. And, when they just stop you, they just going to stop an ID and shit like that. He going to be the one that's, to get you out that shit. You feel? Anyway, let me get back. I gotta knock. I gotta go for Lala. Ooh, I gotta go for Lala D first. She said, okay, Jay Brown said, no Eagles web. I still gave him the rounds he got points taken away from. Okay, you gave him the rounds that he got points taken away? I know you gave him the rounds he got points taken away, but okay, so that one round that Farhood had 9-9, what did you have it, Jay Brown? Let me ask you that one. The one that was 9-9, because I had it 9-9 too. So what did you have that one? She said, Santhea, please take time to read. You read it wrong. I read some of you. What did I read wrong that you had this time? All you said was Nonito is probably my favorite too. Then again, maybe Pac. As far as Filipinos, I read that. Then again, you said, Sante said, I'm not going to argue with y'all. Asante, I kind of see your point about the ref and why he did it. Okay, I read all your shit right. Stop starting shit with me. She said, Asante, you missed the point again. I don't give two damns about Pacquiao. I'm referring to Gary Russell Jr. I answered that on your page already. You want me to pull it up? Damn, this damn Lala D, man. Lala D's holding up the show, y'all. Let me go back. I gotta find what I wrote on Lala D's page because she's starting shit with ego. She's trying to win. She ain't gonna win. How's she winning? How's she gonna win, y'all? How's she gonna win against Eagle? She's in trouble. I went to D-Lo's page. told him I had next. Okay, let's see. I told her that Mag lost very bad judging, so he got the same treatment that Gary Russell Jr. got. Stop complaining, because you ain't all that. I told you. She just wanted me to read what I wrote to y'all. So I just read what I wrote to her right now. So, no, we didn't even get the chance to talk about the Herd, Yeah, Herd also, because I commented on that. Herd is, shout out to Herd. I don't care what nobody says. He's been out of boxing for a while. But I'm going to give him a shout out. He has a lot of things. Man, please, when you go through a lot of tragedies and stuff like that, you are very blessed to be able to do anything with your life for a long, long time. Especially if you can't imagine losing your pops and stuff like that, like this close to you. You guys can't imagine just losing that, just having that and then just losing it. A lot of people can't function at all. If they lose their parents or loved one, they can't function at all. So just happy. Okay, now she said, okay, you read it right that last time. Oh, yep. Lala said you. She said my brother's. She said Santee Walden. She said Cali Enigma. I'm going to just stop trying typing in y'all's chat because y'all never take a second to read my comments. Lala D, I always read your comments over and over again. And so then you say, see, now you finally gave me credit. You say, okay, you read it right the last time. I read it right. You just don't listen right. I got a fast I talk fast. You're arguing the wrong point. It wasn't that comment. Forget it. Move on. Okay, I know. I answered you. Look. This is the last time. I know that I missed you. You talking about Moxayo. I said I was just talking about Pacquiao. It had nothing to do with Moxayo. I just brought up, I just added a new, listen, so you missed my point too. So what I was doing is I was just adding a new scenario, for you. I wasn't saying that that's what you brought up, that you was talking about Filipino fighters. No. I just brought that up myself. About Pacquiao. I just brought that up. Because I was bringing up that he tries to fight a little bit like a Pacquiao style. That's what I brought that up. I wasn't trying to miss your little point. Yeah, I wasn't missing your point, your big point. Now you don't want to write, and you're going to do the faces and stuff. You don't have to do all these faces and stuff. Did I miss your point? I didn't miss your point. I know that you're referring to Gary Russell Jr. That you felt, okay, that he was fighting with one arm. I know. Let me tell you the story that I know what you did. So I let you know that I understand what you're talking about. That Gary Russell Jr. still outboxed him, even though he was fighting him with one arm, but he lost the decision. That's what you're talking about. I'm not slow. Okay? Thank you, Lala. Lala don't like that. She said, I'll be back. Gotta log off for just a few years. But see, that's me and Lala D. She just try to come in and jump on ego all the time. She was trying to beat ego up. So I covered all the points. So if you notice, I went back and even covered what I wrote on her page. But I'm just like, you know what? I cover all of it. So I know what she meant. She's meant that, Gary Russell Jr. felt that he got robbed. Oh, she ranted and raved about that after the fight. Of course, she has to put her 2 cents in on it, which is good, which is great. And I'm not arguing with. See, she said I'm arguing. I'm not arguing with her about her point. It's a point well taken. A lot of people said that you can argue that. But if you listen to the announcer, go back and go back and look at the Figueroa fight versus Magsayo, and then look at the faces of the analysts or what they say when the decision comes in. They say what they'll say that the decision was like an unexpected. Why are they so shocked? Are they shocked because Figueroa won? Or are they shocked because of the decisiveness of the cards? Or what? What are they so excited? Why are they like, oh shit, is that what that's the score? Because remember, they've been doing this, some of them been doing this shit for half a century. Or more. So why would they why is there excitement on a certain level when you talk about a fight like that? Okay, so let's go let's just delve into it just a little bit. So I can see that there's probably some issues and there's some points and there's some things that that we need to work on. Far as Hurd, there's some things that needs to be worked on. I think he could still handle boxing. That lip cut was like it was horrible. That was a horrible slice in his lip. That soft, the tissue's so soft. It'll heal fast. Lips heal pretty fast, especially if they suture it up. I don't know. They got new techniques, maybe laser or something like that. His smile is gonna be a little bit different. He'll be a good person to work with. He has to. His defense has to be better. And the thing about it, he's not slow. To be as heavy as he looks, he's not really slow. But he can't let people jump, get so ahead of him, especially because when they're taking your punches, it's like wow, and they're winning. Then you're probably gonna be in a little bit of trouble. So, yeah, he just lost a lot. This is what I would think for him is that get with a trainer that's gonna make you not necessarily more aggressive, but you got to fight. When your boxing style, you throw enough punches, but you're just gonna have to be slicker on defense. I'm not gonna try to work with everything with you. But I think that your defense has to be a lot better. So your defense is a lot better, and you get in there, and move. Get your ass out the way of some punches. Stop absorbing everything, because everybody used to think that you was the equivalent of a fighting punching bag, and that's not what we want. We don't want you to just be the equivalent of a punching bag in there. So. We need to see you get in there and and move. We need to see you moving out the way. Hey, move out the way. Go over here. Slip. Back up. Step to the right. Step to the left. Step down. Drop down. Dip the shoulder. Turn the shoulder. Plenty of ways to block and slap that punch down. So we need to work on all that, all the basics. We need to cover all that shit again. Knock that punch down. Turn underneath that. Let that punch go over the shoulder here. Put the elbow up on that shot. Elbow down on that shot. Inside on that shot. Block it out this way. You can still block out this way. You don't have to block. You can block it out that way. You can block it down and up. You can duck underneath it. You can go straight down underneath. You know what I mean? You can go over this way. You can go back. Don't just go straight back in a straight line, but you go back at an angle. Over here, you go back at an angle over here. You can slip it, you can go underneath. Huh? Huh? Hmm? Hmm? You can catch it here. Bam. Catch it there. A lot of ways. Mm. And then get back to the defense. But that's what we have to work with him. I would say that he's probably one of my favorite fighters, just because of the adversities that he's trying to work back from. I see a lot of people that they have zero respect for people that had to fight through adversities, but you never know that a lot of your family had to fight through a lot of adversities for you to be here. I don't like to take a whole lot of, like, certain people, like youngsters, that you can't really complain to me. I don't want you saying nothing. Because you may have pain and suffering and all that, but you just don't understand the pain and suffering that those that were before you had to go through. You don't understand, because you would never have to go through that. You will never have to face that. You won't have to face discrimination from the day you're born until the day that you die, like I do. Even if people don't think it still exists, and I still have to face discrimination on a daily basis. I have to face biases on a daily basis, every day. Every day I expect it, and it's right there. And it's not like I expect it all, like what's going to happen today. It's just, I know it's just there. The looks, everything. I don't like the way you look. Of course you don't like the way I look. Because I'm all that, and you don't like that shit. You mad because you ain't all that. And a lot of D tell me I ain't all that, but shit, I'm all that when I go out. I got to be all that. That's what keeps them mad. You got to keep the haters. You got to keep a hater employed, Jay Brown. I'm trying to keep all the I'm trying to keep haters employed. You're a hater? Okay, let me keep you employed. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But also, yeah, we got this David Benavidez fight coming up. We're gonna talk about that more later. But I want to talk now. Let's talk a little bit before we get out of here about the Harrison fight, because that is on the weekend. You guys keep your eyes open this this weekend, the 11th and all that. Just be aware. Try to be more aware of things. I'm just giving you some foresight to things that may or may not happen, but just keep your mind open. But Tszyu versus Harrison, how y'all got that? We'll talk about it more. But who y'all picking first? If you can, you don't have to write as much if you don't want to. And why? Okay, so let's just go over on the matches that we were talking about. So probably didn't get to watch this fight yesterday, but maybe you guys did. Abdulayev fought on a Tuesday, which is crazy, against Nunes, right? That's crazy. So Nunes, he got the unanimous decision though. So there we go. And then of course Figueroa over Boxayo, I still don't agree with. Well, maybe the win, maybe Figueroa won, so I'll give him that, but not wasn't as lopsided. Davies, which you guys know I didn't care about, but and Ritson, that was a KO. Davies KO Ritson. Chiba, the two Japanese fighters. You got Chiba, and you got Kurihara, TKO, that came out unexpected. That was the second round by Kurihara. Of course, he's 16-7-1. Now he's 17-7-1. And now Chiba is 15-4. After, okay. Caballo and Smikaki. Yeah, is that how you say his name? Smakiki. Smakisi. I don't know how to say his name. But he lost by TKO. Caballo still winning. They just throwing him in there with anybody now. And then Fierro and Estela lost. So Estela lost by the TKO by Fierro. But we're talking about Harrison, and I just want to know how you guys think he's going to win. One thing I like about Harrison, I don't necessarily like him that much, but what I like about him is that his confidence is way up for this fight. That he's looking like, hey, I want to, I want to get this done, Derek. So he wants to get this win. He's saying all the right things, like, just because you're tough, you're a tough guy. Just because you're a tough guy don't mean that you can win. But that same attitude got him knocked out against Charlo. But Tszyu is not, he's not Charlo. It's just face it, Charlo will get your ass up out of there. That's just what it is. Charlo will get your ass up out the ring. And they both, even though he probably lost some of his character during the fight, as far as Charlo, but that was because he carries a lot on his shoulders. I think he carries more than he should. Like when it comes to hate, if he don't like you, he just don't like you. But he takes it into, he got taken into the ring a different way. You got to be. I'm gonna be smart. I'm not gonna get hit that much. I'm gonna land my shit. I'm getting you out of there. Just keep it that way. Don't be like, I'm gonna kill this man. See, Tank Davis is the type of fighter that I think he does that. It's just like, you don't like me, I don't like you, but even if you think you're winning, I'm gonna take you out. At some point in this fight, you getting cracked with some shit that you ain't never got hit with. That's what it seems like Tank does. I never seen Tank like really fight mad, but you can see sometimes when he gets you hurt, then his face changes. Like, yeah, you hurt now, huh? Or he'll look back at you when you hurt. Like, he'll look back like, yeah, I just hurt you. Yeah, that was me. I did that shit. Tank will look at you. He'll look at you with disdain. Like, yeah, I just hurt you right now. Yeah, and a lot. Yeah, but Harrison is saying, because Derek Bailey says that Harrison's stamina is an issue. So the thing with Harrison, true point, is that he's saying all the right stuff. He's selling me. So I don't usually get sold that easy all the time, but he's selling me on the point that, okay, my stamina's gonna be right. Just because you're a tough guy, you ain't gonna outbox me and all that. So he's selling me on that point. But what he can't sell me on is we know that BCD is real, and we know that he might still be suffering a little bit when it comes to that BCD. You know what I mean? That is what it is. So if you go in there, you got stamina issues, and if you're out of it, if your stamina's gone by 7, 8, then you probably gonna get your ass knocked out, or you ain't gonna win. And yes, you won all the way up to 7, and you can't get knocked down and none of that. Because I'm telling you right now, Tszyu is looking. Oh, man, what about oxygen after that? Tszyu is looking to hurt Harrison, for real. For real. He's looking to hurt him. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so he said, oh, you got 10-9. He said you edged it out for Figueroa. But okay, so you still okay, but how come you didn't give him the 10-8 though? Because of the point, Jay Brown, you still can't. I mean, you can't get, because you couldn't have because if you gave 10-8, brother, that means you couldn't have gave Moxayo, you know what I'm saying? If you gave him a round, it couldn't have been 10-8. And yes, you're saying he worked his way back up to a 9. That's more or less giving him a win for the round, though. Maybe you're right, though. I can't argue with it. Maybe you're right. Maybe you could do a round like that after a point, maybe. Because I thought that if you lost a point, you just couldn't get that point back. So it would have had to been 9-9. That's the way I looked at it. Maybe I'm wrong. You could be right. Yeah. And another thing, that's another good point that Derek put, is that the fight is in Australia. So he got some things going against him. He's going over there with the right attitude, but then I still want to fall back to this thing that I don't know, you guys, if he's really ready for a fight with him. I just don't. I'm gonna tell y'all like that. I got questions, y'all. I got questions. These questions need to be answered. I'm not saying they will be answered, but they need to be. You know, I need more information. I tell you what, I need more information. Um, I'm not gonna put no money down. You know, but the reason I had the title that I put for Wednesday's talk is that you can't scare a chicken. It's just that a lot of these guys that think that they're scaring people, and not that the one they're trying to scare is chicken, but they're scaring too. I should probably you can't be a scary chicken. In other words, you can't scare somebody when you got chicken in your blood. But you got chicken in your blood and you trying to scare people. Now get out of here with that. And Tank's been through all the shit before though, so it's like this whole pressure cooking, this whole press before. It's not doing nothing for me because it's like I know he's been through this. He's training hard. He's training to kill this kid. He's not training to not hurt him. He's training to hurt him. He's gonna get all the tall fighters that he can get in there. They're gonna be bigger too. They might not be as fast as Ryan, but they're gonna be stronger and bigger. And Tank is gonna put hurt on them, on sparring partners. He's gonna hurt sparring partners because of you. You're not gonna find a lot of fighters his height. They fight like Tank. You're not gonna fight none of them. None of them's gonna have the power of Tank. So even in training, I give Tank the edge in training. I give him the edge in experience, the edge in power. It's just a lot of things that he has the edge. Could you pull it off? Anything is always things are possible. So there's always a possibility. But I'm not looking at it, as being able to take that opportunity because I just see what if I would have seen because this is what happened is I heard a lot of fighters, even Mike Tyson when he was talking to Ryan, is they were saying how he got up and won. That he showed that, oh, I ain't no punk. I can get knocked down and come back. Yeah, that's a different type of knockdown. We've seen fighters that took punishment and went down and came back and fought to win. But I don't know. If you could take a good clip from Tank and come back firing and win, the war of attrition. If you can come back and just like make Tank go, you ain't knocking me down, I'm knocking you down. If you can come back and do that, then thumbs up. I'll be on your team slightly. Because I'm not gonna strap you. I'm not gonna strap ride you. Because I'm watching like a lot of other little stuff that don't have a lot to do with boxing. But I'm watching other stuff that you think you slick. And let me just say this, because I'm not in Canelo. I do this little small talk show, so you might not understand what I'm saying, but you're not fooling me either. I got your ass, you know what I mean? That little slick shit you trying to pull, you're not really pulling nothing on me. You know what I mean? You trying to, praise Davis and just so you can keep your scenario going against Ryan and all that. You don't like Tank Davis. Get out of here. Because Tank Davis is a better fighter than you are. You're a bigger fighter, but he's a better fighter than you. Sorry. Because Tank Davis ain't going to lose to no 1-2 fighter like you did. You lost to a 1-2 fighter. And you got beat up by Mayweather. I mean, you got outboxed for sure, 100% for sure. He froze you in your steps. You didn't know what to do. Oh, know what to do now. That's the difference between the elite type of fighters and just a good fighter. That's the difference. Is you make those adjustments. You don't say after the fight, oh, I just didn't make the necessary adjustment. The reason you didn't make the necessary adjustment because that's the fighter that you are. That's what it is. That's the fighter you are. So you can say it any way you want to. Derek makes that great. That's a good point though, as far as the locale. But we'll see how it turns out. I'm sorry. I'm still gonna go with Harrison, only because I want to go with Harrison. I don't like him that much, that much, but he's funny. He's a good boxer. Just what keeps him from being elite is like Derek mentioned the stamina and then focus. Like uh, when you have those type of conditions, well, I don't want to call it conditions. When you have those type of things, um, you have to be able to. You have to fight damn near perfect. I'm not saying don't you. You're in a fight, so first of all, fight means you're probably gonna take some hits. But when you have those conditions like Khan has and stuff like that, you have to fight a perfect fight. Khan was beating up Canelo, but then just one mistake. What one mistake costs you? When you got that shit, man. When you got that brittle chin shit, it's just not good, brother. And you might not like the way I call it, but that's what it is. That you got that brittle chin shit, and we put you up here. Let me see. Okay. Well, anyway, I just threw it up there for a second. Yeah, but I, yeah, I lost his picture, but he was on. Hey, brother, you on the list. We know who's on that list. I put that picture up there for a second, but we know who's on that list. Harrison, back half of the fight game has cost his. You said it cost his in every fight he's lost. Yep. So it's just that goes right back to what he's saying. So Jay Brown's saying that it's just half of the he's good for basically what Jay Brown's saying is he's good. He's saying the same thing Derek's saying that you good for half of a fight because the back half of your fight is just like with these issues. And CJ Brown is not just it's not just the stamina like Derek says. It's the stamina. It's not just the stamina. It's when because the stamina a lot of people lose. You lose all kinds of other focus and stuff, man. You lose other focus. I just kind of start realizing in my life this what kind of person I really am when and when I got when I became a man is that I've been way too extreme in my life that it's just like people used to watch me and say, man, you damn near killing yourself, man. Because I had to do no matter what I did, man. If it if is I used to do everything on this timer, and it's like you did 1,000. Oh, that's great. At a certain time, I said, shit. If I did 1,000, I can do 1,015 or 20. If I did 1,015 20, I can do 1,000. 50, 1,100. So I started off that way. I used to do Roman chair sit-ups. So I started off Roman chair sit-ups. I'd do 100. I'm like, okay, I did 100. I said, shit, if I can do 100, I could do 150. So I get up to 150. I said, I can do 150. I can do 200. I said, I do 200. I do 250. I do 250. I can do 3. I do 3. I do 350. 4. Once I got to 5, I said, okay, so I can do 5. I can do 6. Then I said, oh, I can do 7. I can do 8. I can do 9. I can do 1,000. I said, I did 1,000. I know I can do 1,200. The 1,200, I know I can do 15. 15, I know I can do 16, 17. And so after a while, I got to the point where I was doing 2,000 Roman chair sit-ups, and it would take me an hour and 10 minutes. And everything around me be soaking wet. My back be soaking wet, the floor, everything be soaking wet because I did 2,000. Now, probably I could have did further than that, but it's like, I mean, that's already, the point was already made that a lot, when you put your mind to stuff, you just do it. And the same thing when it came to like cardio. I'm like, okay, so I did this that fast. Okay, so I put in 5 miles. It took me, so long. Okay, so if I did 5 miles and that, I can do 5.5 miles. Okay, if I did 5.5 miles, I can do 6. I can do 7. I can do 8. And that's just the way I am. My mind just makes me do more because I've already been there and done that. So I've done certain stuff. I'm like, okay, I can do even more. Just like when I start doing like all this powerlifting shit. I'm like, okay, so I ain't on not on no drugs. I said, okay, so I said, these people talk about how hard this shit ain't shit. Okay, so I pressed. I said, I got up to 700. I'm pressing 700 with my legs. Okay, I can do 8. I said, okay, I did 8. I can do 9. I did 10. I can do 11. I can do 12. I can do 13. I can do 14. Same thing. Get on the bench press. I said, oh, it's not that bad. Okay, I do 250. Okay, if I do 250, I can do 260. If I can do 260, I can do 275. If I can do 275, I can do 285. If I do 285, I can do 295. If I can do 295, I can do 305. If I can do 305, I can do. I just tell myself that I can do 315. Now I skip. I say, okay, if I do 315, I can do 350. If I do 350, okay, I can do 375. Okay, I did 375. I do 400. Then I get up to 400. I'm like, okay, if I did 410 or whatever, I can do 420. Okay, I can do 450. I just keep going. If I do that, I can do 480. I can do 500. And that's how my mind works. Like, it don't, because I don't look at it like, oh, my size or anything. I just look at it like, shit, if it can be done, if your mind thinks you can do it, you can do it, But a lot of these fighters, a lot of times is what happens is they bite off more than they can chew because that they have that same mindset, but it's on a different, the level being that everything physically has to be right in order for you to make these accomplishments. The brothers say that that his stamina is the issue. His back half of the fight is the issue. So what happens if you add another adjustable wrinkle to that? If you say that now that's corrected, but what thing that he didn't correct, you couldn't correct, was that that checkability of your chin. So that's going to be the problem right there, Jay Brown, is that we don't know. So you can market us any way you want to about the stamina that you can sell us like, okay, you got us and we feel like you're doing okay, Derek Beatty. We feel like, okay, you're okay, Lala D. We feel like you good, but then you still got those other issues. So that's what we don't know. It's just like, oh shit, we just don't. So we need to have some things answered, folks. And we're going to have those things answered, hopefully, that we're going to get these things answered and stuff. But we'll talk some more Friday. I got to look at my new schedule. And I'm not trying to parade away from y'all, Derek, because I know you're going to give me a hard time. Derek said, yeah, he go on his way to Vegas. He said, forget Derek Bailey and all them, J. Lala D and Sir and everybody. Forget all them. He got to go do what he got to go do. No, but see, the thing about it, there, if I do y'all like that, but guess what? I'm gonna tell y'all, if I do it, brother, you think I'm scared of y'all? Jay Brown know. Jay Brown been with me forever, man. Jay Brown know I ain't scared of y'all. If I'm gonna go do my thing, I'm gonna let y'all know, y'all family, man. To me, y'all still, you see everybody still rocking, no matter what, they still rocking in blue. It don't matter. Eagle's not gonna change like that, man. Yeah, I got a lot, and plus we about to go back into the season, so I will have to probably cut some of my shows I won't be able to do. But you guys go to my other channel and stuff. I'm gonna try to get somebody that, I'm gonna try to get me a photographer or somebody. I'm gonna get somebody that's really want to hang out with me, and we're gonna get some content, get some live action. Y'all be able to see Eagle. You're like, oh shit, the Eagle getting, doing what he does. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do that, man. But anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is, Eagles Wear Boxing, man. Every time we do this, no matter what day it is, it's nothing but blessings, man. I'm going to catch y'all, peoples. Oh, Derek Betty starting to chip with Eagle. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, though. Yeah. Yeah, we got to get it done, though, Derek. We gon' you know, that's how we do, man. We got to get this show done. We got to get this boxing. We got to, hopefully boxing will straighten itself out. I don't know. I'm tired of falling for everybody's hype, man. They gonna have me all, and I'm not trying to suck in at what Harrison is saying. So he's not gonna have me stuck, like, oh yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll go with Harrison. Yeah, I think he's gonna get the knockout. No, y'all ain't gonna get me stuck like that. None of you. None of Tank Davis. Nobody. Even though that's my little nephew. I'm gonna say that's my little nephew. That's my favorite fighter right now. But I still nothing is surprised me. You bring because you can bring your ass in there overhyped, and you'll it'll be like the Great White Hype or something, and you mess around and lose to somebody you was never supposed to lose to, even though he didn't lose in there, but the brother came off the street and knocked him out. So, just saying. I'm just saying. This don't. Hopefully, none of that stuff happen. I'm gonna catch y'all. BCD.